Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. So it seems like little Harry Sisson here, Widow Howie, has finally responded. I've been waiting for the guy to speak for himself, instead of allowing his little buddy there, Chris Mowry, to speak for him. Ooh, the great legal mind of Chris Mowry. And so obviously this kid had two options. He either had to take the scandal head on, issue a response, figure out a way to deal with it, or continue to let everybody else do all the speaking, hide away from the public, cower in fear, and I guess leave it up to chance as to whether or not he's going to make it past this scandal unscathed. And well, it seems as though Harry Sisson has decided carpe diem, to seize the day, to grab the day by the balls, and take his fate into his own hands. And I think that was a really big mistake for little Harry boy, because he just responded, and his response is just as pathetic as you might imagine. This guy's now trying so hard to turn this scandal around for himself, but honestly, I think he's just making it worse. And I don't really need to say much more. Let's get into the latest Harry Sisson antics, shall we? We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so Harry's response actually started with a tweet. It seems as though he thought the best angle to deflect all the criticism was to try to be like an edgy teenager or something. And so he made this post where he attempts to dunk on MAGA. He wrote, "MAGA is mad because I have game." Well, you could just imagine that didn't go over so well. Little Harry boy got ratioed into oblivion and almost instantly deleted the tweet. It no longer exists. What an absolutely stupid thing to tweet while you're embroiled in a massive scandal that everyone on social media is talking about. And the clear bad faith attempt here to downplay the issues that he's facing, to make this ridiculous argument. He really thinks that people are mad at him because he has game? Yeah, everybody's so jealous of Harry Sisson and his incredible swagger in game. Buddy, lying to impressionable girls and abusing your fake influencer status that was handed to you by the DNC isn't game. Frankly, it's kinda creepy, and if anything, it gives off predator vibes, but nobody cares about that. Again, how many times do I have to repeat this? Nobody cares about the girls that you were playing. Does it show that you're, kinda just a scumbag? Sure, but it's not the worst part. This situation with the girls is a sideshow. The real scandal has been this Camille thing since the start. And it's very telling how Harry is doing everything in his power not to talk about that, right? No, he's trying to make this all about him having game and just being a victim of these mean conservatives. It's classic misdirection. And that's clearly the angle that this clown is going with here. But that tweet didn't go over so well, and so here comes attempt number 2. Yeah, Harry decided it's time for a different strategy. No more edgy posts. He's gonna tackle the issues head on with his regular vlog-style videos.
I want to talk openly and honestly about this entire controversy that has exploded in the past week. First and foremost, I want to start by saying I should have told the people I was talking to that there were other people. Now, what I will say is that this entire situation has been blown wildly out of proportion by MAGA Republicans to further their political agenda. They just hate me. That's why they care. I mean, when has MAGA ever cared about women? Also, MAGA has been spreading misinformation about the situation, so I want to set the record straight. I was not in a relationship with anyone. I wasn't exclusive with anyone. I never met anybody in person. I never spoke to anybody on the phone. And it was done among consensual adults. Additionally, we as Democrats have to get better at recognizing someone who makes a mistake and can learn from that mistake, and someone who does actual harm to a community. We cannot, as a party, just attack and demonize people who make mistakes, people who are learning from their actions. If we ever want to hold office ever again and actually win an election, our umbrella should be as wide as possible, and we shouldn't be trying to silence people or push people away who are vocal on these issues. And the final thing I'll say about this is that people involved in this situation released my private text messages, private photos of me, intimate details about me that intended to stay private. I didn't consent to any of that. A complete violation of my privacy. When politics becomes a game of pointing out any small mistake someone makes, we are putting our feelings above what truly matters, how we are all impacted by the actions our leaders take. And I'll conclude with this. I have some bad news for MAGA. I know they thought they could use this situation to try to take me down or silence me, but that was never going to work. I'm still going to be vocal about the things I care about and fight for the things I care about. And if that upsets MAGA, then so be it.
Unfreaking believable. He's putting out a video now attempting to frame himself, I guess, as some sort of misunderstood hero here, right? But again, what's so telling, once again in this clip, zero mention of the actual serious allegation. The one of his associate, or rather his association with Camille, and his cover-up in defense of Camille, who was allegedly grooming a 14-year-old autistic boy and others, as well as committing other felonies and other frauds. The whole scandal is that, Harry, somebody came to you and said, we gotta do something about this Camille character, and you chose to stay silent and kept your relationship with Camille. That's what has you in real hot water. That's the thing that you were panicking about in the leaked text, remember? Remember those leaked text messages with the whistleblower Hannah, where Harry was freaking out, having a complete meltdown, talking about the conspiracy theories that were being peddled against him? He wasn't panicking over the fact that he was being exposed as a dishonest, slimy womanizer. He was panicking over the allegation made against him involving Camille. That's the whole frickin' crux of this thing. But of course, Harry, he doesn't even mention it. How telling is that? Instead, no, he blames MAGA for spreading disinformation and attempts to play the victim card. He initially says that he's sorry for lying to women.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. Oh, Harry's so sorry. He feels so bad. Then immediately he pivots to whining about having his private messages and photos leaked, and then comes in the big appeal, making this larger plea to the world that we shouldn't be canceling people for honest mistakes. Oh, and isn't that rich? So now all of a sudden, you believe in forgiveness, huh, little Harry? Spare me. I mean, this guy has made a career, like every other leftist, engaging in the most dishonest attacks and in cancel culture. He's a spokesperson for the Democrat Party, the left, which is the party of cancel culture. You're literally a representative of the side of sanctimonious pitchfork mobs, the side of canceling people for benign tweets from back in 2011, and now you're trying to play the victim? Give me a frickin' break, because we know if the roles were reversed, Harry Sisson would be out there with every other leftist, making another one of his major breaking news videos.
We have some major breaking news. Some major news. Some major breaking news. We have some major breaking news. We have some major news. We have some major breaking news. We have some major breaking news. We have some major breaking news. Some breaking news. We have some major breaking news.
I mean, come on, we've seen this story hundreds of times. These fake moralists project virtue, they lie constantly, they pretend to be champions of empathy and justice, of course, until they get caught. Then suddenly, as they're caught, they discover nuance and forgiveness. Yes, spare me the crap. Obviously, Harry Sisson is only saying this because his ass is on the chopping block this time. What a complete farce. But unfortunately, it's too little too late for you there, little Harry. And clearly your response is wholly inadequate. You didn't even address the core issue, you never took actual accountability for the most damning allegations, and you're clearly trying to paint yourself as the victim of some sort of dishonest, right-wing political attack. But save the embarrassment, nobody's buying your victim narrative. In fact, it seems as though your own damn people aren't buying it, as we're now getting reports, albeit unconfirmed reports, that the Democrat talent agency known as Paulette Management has supposedly, allegedly, dropped Harry Sisson. They no longer represent him. And so it seems as though the Democrats, the DNC, might be finally cutting little Harry's umbilical cord. Poor guy has become radioactive in the industry, and honestly, it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.